Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Single Rikki from the B-SRTN podcast. As you can see, I have two very special guests with me here today. I have Brandon's wife, Catie, and then I have Nick's wife, Shay, and we are going to do a mom episode today. So it doesn't matter if you're a real mom, a stepmom, an animal mom, we're going to talk about all the mom things. So to start us off, I thought for our silly segment, we could do a couple of would you rathers. And for me, it's been a long time for my would you rather, but my would you rather is, would you rather use disposable diapers or reusable washable diapers?
Ooh.
Disposable diapers for my children and my dog. We have a 16-year-old dog who now has to wear diapers, so we're back to buying diapers.
I don't know. I nannied for a family that did the cloth diapers, and I was like,
Okay.
"Oh, that's really cool." But they also were financially stable enough to have someone like a company come and wash them and bring them back, so they weren't doing the washing themselves. So I feel like if I could afford that, I would do that.
I think
But
that's
yeah,
that's a great thing to bring up too, is the affordability of that. So I'm sure it's more affordable, using the washable ones if you're the one doing the laundry than it is to buy the disposables all the time. But oh my gosh, could you imagine that with a newborn when they go to the bathroom like every 2 hours? You'd have to spend a fortune in the newborn size.
hmm
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah, I don't know how much it was, but they had someone come weekly, and you just put it like in a bag, and they brought more.
Wow.
Whatever.
That's great. That is, I
So,
mean, I think I would have done that if I could have. I definitely was not financially stable enough.
Also, if you're gonna have multiple kids, it makes sense because then you can
yeah.
reuse like the outsides of them. But I
Yeah,
wasn't
that's
planning
good.
on having a whole bunch, so we just went with the disposable.
Awesome. Does anybody else have a would you rather?
All right, this is my would you rather. Would you rather go on an all-inclusive week-long vacation, but have to bring your kids with you, or be able to use the bathroom without anybody bothering you for a week?
Ooh,
That is a good question.
that is a good question.
I'm craving a vacation, so I'm like, I'll take the vacation.
I feel like I would take the vacation too, because, those all inclusive places, they have places where you could take your kids for a little while. They have like places that babysit, so you have some alone time with your significant other or spouse or whomever else you may have brought, or just for by yourself time. So I feel like I would do the vacation.
Yeah,
I don't see me getting not bothered on the toilet happening anytime soon. 1 week wouldn't be worth it.
yeah. I think the vacation, but because there's two boys in my house, they don't really bother me. I mean, well, I shouldn't like they're of course like not barging in, but they'll like say, "Hey, where's something at, or where's blah blah blah." But that doesn't really bother me. I guess I don't really know. I'd probably just do the vacation anyway.
It sounds to me like all of us can use a vacation.
Yes, I think so.
I know. I'm trying to think of a would you rather. Would you rather? Oh man, I just had it and then I lost it. It basically has to do with like, oh, okay. Would you rather have a date night at home with your spouse, like dinner, all the things? Or no, let me back up. Would you rather have a night at home alone, or would you rather go out and like rent a hotel room and order room service and still be alone?
Mm.
Hmm.
I would say home. I love the luxuries that I have at home. I love that all of my things are at home. Um, so I think I would pick that. If somebody wanted to plan a date like that for me, I mean, go ahead. I will gladly, take some room service and some chocolates, some roses, and a nice night out at a hotel. hmm
Mhm.
But for me personally, I think I would choose home.
Mm.
I think I'd have to go somewhere because even if I'm at home and nobody's here, I still would feel like I needed to do something around the house.
That's it.
So being somewhere else, even though it's pain to pack and get yourself there, but then you're there. And
Yeah.
That's a valid point.
Yeah. I didn't think about that either. That is a good one.
Yeah. Makes me second guess my decision.
I just feel like being away from home is fun too. I've never done that, but I've seen like ladies on TikTok that like do the Christmas Eve, take all the presents to the hotel room, drink wine, watch a movie, wrap Christmas presents. I'm like, that's top notch. I want to do that.
It is a pretty cool idea to think about doing that.
Yeah.
yeah. I got to go away for 2 nights by myself. One time Brandon was like, "You need to go." I think it was out of kindness, but there might have also been just a need for me to go be alone for a little bit. And I really, really appreciated him for it. So, for Mother's Day, all 3 of us would like individual, separate hotel stays alone.
We could like meet up later and
Yes.
then have like our
Separate
own.
rooms, but at the same hotel.
Yes. We'll go to dinner, ladies.
Yeah,
I feel like the problem would be that we would end up in somebody's room and not leave.
we would.
Probably.
Like, oh, I'm bored.
Probably. Also, can somebody tell Charlie to get a job so she can pay for me?
All the kids need jobs.
Oh, goodness.
Oh.
So any other would you rathers, or should we move on?
I had a gross one. You guys want
Do
to do a
it.
gross one?
Oh,
Would
yeah.
you rather
it.
clean up explosive poop or explosive like spit up, barfing on
Oh.
porn?
Poop.
Mm.
All day, any day. Poop.
Oh. I'm puking regardless of which one it is. I'm joining the party. So it doesn't matter. However, is the vomit chunky?
Ew.
Let's
Yes,
be
it is.
serious here. What does the poop look like and smell like?
What did they eat before this
Right.
occurred?
Ooh, I think I would take vomit.
Ooh,
I don't know.
really?
Yeah, listen, that's a really hard one. Like I don't want either,
Yeah.
but I think at least at some point I would hope the vomit could be under control into a bucket or something.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah. No,
Eh,
I can't. Ugh. Mm-mm.
Yeah. That's a tough one. What are you doing, Catie?
I don't know. I think at one point I would have said vomit, but here after having kids, my gag reflex is like not good. So we'd both be puking.
Yeah, that's gonna be me regardless of which one it is I'm cleaning.
Yeah, I would much rather poop. But I think that's because I don't know. I feel like, do they have a diaper? I feel like there's so many things that need to be asked. Like, do they have a diaper on? Is it like in the bed? Like, can you just fold the sheets up and put them in the bathtub and wash them out and throw them in like, what are we talking? Are they in a car seat?
Oh no, the car seat. That's awful. Yeah.
I haven't experienced that yet, but one day we'll get to that point.
You'll be
Yeah.
thankful for the poop and the puke, no matter what it
Yeah.
is, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. And the worst one for me, I think, was the whole up the back.
Mm-hmm.
It traveled all the way up the back.
Yep.
That was quite the mess.
I'm
I
calling
had
you
one that did that, and I had the other one that just was always spitting up all the time. So
Oh,
like acid reflux spitting up or just like
just
random.
always like, bleh. Not projectile, thankfully, but just you just be sitting there. Bleh.
That's
mine
hilarious.
was the non-sleeper. She didn't
Mm.
sleep. She did not sleep.
Mm.
It
No
was
thanks.
crazy.
No thanks. I
Yeah.
don't know how to do
You see the bags under my eyes? She still doesn't sleep.
that. I was about to say, has that improved for you?
No.
Like, what do they do all night? That's what I'm thinking. Like, what do they want to do?
I don't know. I think they think that their friends are up all night and then up all day at school and stuff. I can't make it make sense. And then it's like 9:30 and they're like, there's nobody online to play Roblox with. What do I do?
Right.
Go
Go to bed.
take a shower and go to bed.
Exactly.
Anywho,
Oh,
moving on. So, the next for our real and true segment, I thought we could talk about like some of our successes that we think we've had as parents and some of our failures that we think we have had as parents. And it doesn't have to like hit real deep or anything like that. I'll start with a failure. Um, Charlie has co-slept with me for so long because I traveled for work when I was home. I wanted every minute of time with her, and we finally have broken that. Yay
yes.
for small wins. And that's why I'm going to start sleeping better now. But I feel like that was a failure on my part because I'm the one who wanted her there.
Mm, I get that.
I think a failure for me was with, I was thinking about this recently with McKinley. I always struggled to believe when she was actually sick because she wouldn't run fevers. Like she would have massive ear infections and be perfectly fine. And then all of a sudden it's like, mate. And I'm like, stop, you're being dramatic, you know? Um, and then take her to the doctor and it's like, yeah, she has a double ear infection. This one ruptured. And I'm like, what? And just feel so bad. But then still not learn my lesson the next time around and be like, but does it really hurt? So kind of failed there with that one a little bit with her, I think.
Oh, that's okay. I mean, I think we all were like, get up, you're fine.
I'm
I don't
guilty of
know.
myself.
Yeah. I mean, does Charlie do that? Like, did you ever like,
Charlie was the one who was never sick. And so when she said, I'm sick, I believed her.
mm,
Absolutely, hands down. But then, like, so she has had a lot of loss in her life. And I think after my mom passed away, she started being more sick. And I think it was more anxiety than anything. So I didn't want to believe her. And half the times that I did send her to school, she'd come home actually sick.
mm,
The other half of the time, I'm pretty sure I was right.
yeah. I think we all go through that. And we've all been there. Sending them and you're like, oh, you're fine. And then the school calls and you're like, dang
Yep.
it. I don't know that well. I don't want to say like I've never had a failure with Jay. I think my biggest downfall with him is I do everything for him. So many things that he could just do on his own. And I'm just like, just let me do it because it's easier if I do it and faster. And I will just, but in return, like now he expects everybody to do everything for him. And he knows, like earlier today, he got new wrestling shoes and he like could not get them on. And I was like, Jeremy, just give them here, I'll do it. But like he was getting like he immediately like couldn't get them on and like got frustrated. But I felt like in that moment, I was like, he wants me to do it for him. And so of course, like I did it. But after that, I was like, I should have not done that because he's 11 and he can put on shoes, even though they're narrow and like skinny and you have to like wiggle your foot in. But so yeah, that's probably my biggest failure is doing all the things for him.
I think that's a natural thing, though. I think we always all want to do all of the things for our kids, as long as we're capable. Mine, most of the time, is more because we're in such a hurry because she's making me late and I can't stand to be late that I'm like, come here, let me do it.
Or I could just
Yeah,
do it better and I don't want to have to redo it for you. So I'll just do it.
right.
Yep. Yep. All
Yeah,
those same things.
yeah. And Charlie definitely takes her time too. Like, Charlie, get ready. Okay.
You have witnessed it picking her up for soccer and showing up here. She'll be asleep. I gotta unlock the door for Shay to come in so she could wake her up. She takes her sweet time.
It's the best though. She's so sweet. So it's like you just don't want to like say anything, but it's like, okay, come on now. Hurry along. It's
No,
like my little
you
sister.
you gotta treat her like
Oh,
she's your own. Treat her like she's
yeah.
your own. Charlie, let's go. You got 3 seconds. Get your stuff out the door. We go. You can finish putting it on in the car. That is literally every soccer practice and every soccer game anymore. Grab your stuff, put it on in the car. And then
Yeah.
we'll be in the car and I'm like, did you get your cleats? No.
No. Like you're super
Anyhow.
you can I've had parents like at football that their kids forget their cleats and they live so far, they're like, you know what, we're just gonna go to Dick's real quick because that's closer. And I'm like, "Whew, more power to you guys.
Yeah.
Or you're running with tennis shoes
Yeah.
on.
Mm. All right. Somebody give me a success. What do you think that you have done that has been incredibly successful with your children?
I mean, we homeschool and my kids can read. So that's a pretty big deal.
That's hilarious.
Good job,
I
Catie.
have really come
High
that.
five.
Thank you.
Oh gosh, that's funny.
I love that. I don't know that I can top that.
Sorry.
I do not homeschool and my kid can still read too. No. Ah. Shay, do you have one off the top of your head? I'm thinking. I'm trying to think.
I don't know that there's necessarily a success. I mean, well, I don't know.
I know it's hard. So I think as parents, it's harder for us to think of the things that we do that are good,
Yeah.
but we can always find those things that we do that are bad.
Mm.
Like I could probably give you 3 more failures right now off the top of my head, but I'm struggling sitting here right now thinking of a success.
So maybe we should flip it and not think of our own success, but like I could say something that I noticed that you're successful at as a mom, or like Catie is as a mom. Um, because I see so many successes in the both of you guys that I'm like,
Yeah.
how can you not think of it? But I mean, that's a true statement though, like thinking of it on our own, because I'm sitting here like,
Yeah.
I don't know. He
It's
can
hard.
at his
It's hard.
bottom. Like
Well, then I'll start with that. So, Shay, I see how much you love Jeremy. So, like, you see your failure of doing everything for him. I see that as his stepmom who loves him so much that she's willing to do whatever it takes to make him successful.
Mhm.
I think that that is a huge thing. And I don't think I've ever seen like a step parent so involved
Mm.
and so like loving of the child.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the highest praise that I could give you. I really think you are the step parent that everybody wishes they had.
Thanks. I appreciate that.
You're welcome. And
Oh man.
Katie, with you, I see the successes because your children are just amazing people. They are amazing humans. They are kind, they are funny, they are thoughtful, and they learn that all from you.
Mhm.
Like that comes from you and Brandon. They are faithful. They're just great little tiny humans, and I love all of our kids. I do.
Yeah, the best.
Sweet.
Oh, now I'm sad. I'm like,
Now
oh,
now you got us all emotional. You stereotypical women's podcast here. We're gonna cry.
right.
Maybe it was worth to do it for each other because it's also hard to hear those things.
It is, yeah.
Hard to hear.
Because I was thinking the same thing. You're like, oh, I don't know what kind of successes. And you just mentioned like the amount of loss that Charlie has gone through, Rikki, and how you've come alongside of her and cared for her and just walked that with her. Because it's loss that you experienced too. It's you didn't put your own grief above hers. You know, you walked it together, but still as the parent, still taking the lead there on your own, and that's a big deal. That's a big deal.
Thank you.
And I'm always impressed, Shay, with how you guys co-parent and work with everybody in the family and run the crazy schedule of multiple sports at once while loving like Jeremy 100% like in his sport, but then all the kids that whether it's on the soccer team like with when he's playing with us or like the other kids on his football team, like you love them all so well.
I know those are my babies.
And it shows, yeah.
No, I think it's something that I think we're both like we're all three in like me and Catie are married and Rikki's single, but I think that it speaks volumes that Rikki is that you're able to do all the things that you do, work full time, and you have a house that is amazingly beautiful and keep that up. And then you have a daughter who's in sports and she's respectful and she's kind and she's so sweet and so cute. Like her little curly hair is adorable. And her little freckles. Oh my God. And she's just so spunky too, because at Scare Winds, I'm like, where is this little girl coming from? Because she was dancing. They were coming up with dances, waiting on the ride. It was the best thing. I have it on video, by the way.
Yeah, you got to send me that.
I will. I will, because I'm like, how did y'all? Anyway, they were, I guess, just in their little moment. But no, I think that you are raising a strong, independent child. And that is 1000% from you, because I'm like, when I see Rikki, I think of independent, strong, kind hearted. What's the word?
AKA the reason why I'm single.
Take no crap. There we go. That was the good one. Take no crap from anybody. And like stick up for your friends too, but in a kind way. You're like the one that'll like throat punch you, but like be respectful at the same time. No, I've never seen you like get mad. So we haven't gotten to that part of our relationship. But and then Catie, I mean, everything that Rikki said is literally true. Like, oh, y'all have done so much for my family, my parents, my sisters, even though they don't even like fully understand. And my boys that sorry, Nick's laying on the floor. That I can't even I can't like I don't even know like what to say, because those are the type of people like you have to keep around, that you need to keep around, that will lead you to the right way, like faithfully in a good marriage. Like we've learned so much from you and Brandon just watching all the things, because I'm like, y'all are so perfect. How do you guys like do this? Never fight.
No, not at all.
Really? But and then I mean the girls, like good gosh, like Macy is spunky and she's witty and all the things, but she's still humble, respectful. McKinley the same way. McKinley's like that little she's quiet, she's reserved, but she's just so nice. Like so, and even like reading like the kids' text, and she's like, I hope you guys sleep well and have a good night or have a good day at school. And I'm like, oh, the sweetest.
Let me know when you get
my
home,
11-year-old
like your
ain't
little
saying-
mom.
Yeah, like sleep good, guys. Like I just love it. She is a little mom though, 1000%. Like gather around, like she just.
Yeah.
So no, I think there's a lot of successes in our own like way, and we've just learned to make it work. And I think all of our children are successful and will be successful, and hopefully they can stick together as they get older and the teenage hormones kind of take over eventually. So yeah.
Ooh, can I say something off subject? Get off the floor, Nick. We're fine.
Yeah, why is he chaperoning this?
Yeah, why is he spying on us? He's not a mom.
I don't think he can now at this point. I don't think he can get up because he's been down there. So.
Is he stalking the timer to make sure we don't go over?
Like I wish I could turn the phone, but he is laying anyway. It might feel good on his back too. Who knows? But he's enjoying it. He hadn't said move on or whatever. Break. I don't know what the word is. Like, what's the word when you're on set? Okay.
Cut.
Cut. Yeah. There we go. He hadn't said that yet.
Shuffle along now before we bring out the big hook and drag you off stage.
It'd be hilarious if Nick just shows up with there's the hook that comes in.
Oh my God. How funny would that be if we were smart enough? Charlie could do this to bring in the hook and it just like grab me and then grab Shay and grab
And we
Catie.
all just go off screen.
Yes. Yes. It would be amazing.
Charlie could probably figure that out.
Yeah.
Oh, I could tell you right now that she knows how. It can be done. It would take a long time, like a length of time to make it happen.
More than the time Nick has allowed us to figure it out. So it's fine.
Yeah.
Timers.
I've actually been thinking about that a lot too. So there's a success. Charlie, she has limited time on like apps and on, stuff like that. it didn't used to be that way. It used to be pretty unlimited. And then we found some risky websites and we had to, fix all of that and put all the parental controls and all the things. She has learned so much with like editing videos.
Ooh.
And I'm like, this kid is actually really talented at this.
Ooh. Okay.
So for the time she has, she's doing stuff like that now more. So that's more of a success than what we had in the past.
Well, I need to hit her up for some editing stuff for the podcast, like TikTok and Instagram and all the things.
I've been thinking about this a lot lately, and I'm like, I've had some really cool ideas, and I'm like, we can do this. Like, it would take, some time to do, but we can do it.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Good for her. I
And
need
she's
the links too for those, like, how do you limit like apps?
parental controls.
I'll have to look and see.
I can show you. I'm a professional at them now.
Wonderful. He's not terrible, but the funny thing is, like, most of the time he's talking to either Charlie or McKinley.
Yeah.
98%. There's a couple times where he's talking to the boys, but it's mainly the girls playing Roblox. All the
Yep.
things.
Yep. They love doing that.
I know. It's cute.
So I don't know where we are on time, but for the nerdy segment, I thought we could try to build a story using 2 words each. Nick, me, and I think it was Brandon tried this once before with 1 word, but they kept just being sentences. So I want us girls to beat the boys and make this like a short story. Do you think we can do it?
Yeah.
2 words at a time or a sentence at a time?
2 words at a time. And unless you want to do a sentence, we could probably try a sentence. I mean, I feel like a sentence might be a little too easy though.
So, like, you would say 2 words, Catie says 2 words, and then I say 2 words, and we're trying to make a story out of everybody's words. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I got it.
All right. Who wants to start? Give us the subject.
Silence.
I have no idea.
Baby.
Someone pick a subject.
The baby
Went to
The daycare.
and while
she was
There before
her friends
fell asleep.
Sleep during nap.
she peed.
And pooped.
But the
Daycare employees
Also napped.
and pooped.
so nobody
Wiped her.
You said wiped her?
Yeah.
We wiped her. Bottom at
all they
Kept sleeping.
During nap.
We're not sending our kids to this daycare.
after nap time.
Everyone woke
Up to
Playtime.
on the playground?
Um, ooh. Went to
The swing set. Y'all, I don't know. I feel like this.
I don't know what the rest of the story is.
I feel
This
like
is
there's
not
some
working.
parts where it's on track and then it's like boom, just crash.
yeah.
And then, and then it goes back on track.
Okay, it's a good representation of, life.
yeah.
This is so crazy. Oh my goodness. I'm sorry. I thought it would be a good idea.
No worries. I think it was fun though. It was cute.
Are we about close to time?
Yes.
Okay. So, first and foremost, I would like to thank Catie and Shay for being here with me today. I really appreciate you guys stepping in and joining me for a mom episode. I think it's important for our viewership, all 5 of them, as Nick would say, to get to know all of us because we really are like one happy family of friends. And so, just to let everybody else know, be certain in what you're doing, be certain in the decisions you make, and be certain to watch us. We'll see you guys next week.
Bye.